Hello and welcome to Pasadena, where crunch time continues for the Arroyo Seco Saints. We're down to 3 games left to go on the 2026 summer, and for any hopes of making the CCL South playoffs, the Saints need to win out and sweep the weekend. However, standing in their way tonight are the CCL affiliate Santa Maria Indians. Stay tuned here on the Saints streaming network for all the action set to take place in just a few moments. Very pleasant good afternoon to you as we welcome you into Jackie Robinson Field. Riley Horn here, joined alongside Dylan DeCesare on behalf of our broadcast producer Luke Saruma. As aforementioned, the Saints need to win out this weekend for even a chance of playoffs, but they need to keep the blinders on and focus on one game at a time, which all begins tonight.
Yeah, and it started at the beginning of this week. They had the loss to Orange County, and they came back the next day. Seemed like they were down for the count. The Saints season was going to be over, but miraculously, that 8th inning, 6 runs sparked them to get back in this one. And they're still alive. They're still standing. We're going to check on the Barons game as well, but it's crunch time right now here in Pasadena.
Saints going to need to be on full throttle and look to begin this weekend with a win tonight against the Santa Maria Indians. Coming into tonight, Indians relatively inexperienced, very little roster depth compared to other CCL squads. Dylan, what's it going to take for both squads tonight?
Yeah, I think for the Saints, it's about getting those guys in. I mean, they struggled the last couple of nights. At one point, were 2 for their last 27 with runners on base. Then they went over that hump, get those 6 runs in that 8th. So the Saints need to get those guys in, just play simple, maybe shoring up as well. That's what will help them in the 8th inning. For Santa Maria, they need to fight tooth and nail, just be gritty. Those are the type of games that the underdog, quote-unquote, will win.
Saints look to keep the July magic alive and the playoffs within reach. It's the Saints and the Indians for the first and only time this summer, and it's here exclusively on the Saints streaming network. As we're soon to get underway, starting pitcher for the Arroyo Seco Saints, Sam Rickman, against the Santa Maria Indians offensive lineup. Leading things off is Caden McLeod, followed up by Jerem Damery and Chris Johnson, who's doing the Shohei Ohtani duties as the starting pitcher, designated hitting for himself. First pitch from Rickman, fouled off by McLeod, and we're underway, a 5:37 first pitch. The rest of the Santa Maria Indians offensive lineup is Hayden Hall in the 4-hole, Tyler Stansbury 5th with Chase Barreto 6th, Victor Sanchez 7th, Alex Ibarra 8th, and David Maldonado rounding things out at the bottom of the Indians order. 1-1 now the count on Caden McLeod.
Again, against Sam Rickman, making his first start of the year, and so far in July he's been pretty good. Only pitched 3 2/3, all out of the bullpen, but he has some strikeout stuff, but does also struggle with the control.
Gets a foul off from Caden McLeod. It's 1-2. 17 strikeouts in those 14 innings for Rickman, which have so far this season all been out of the pen, as you mentioned, Dylan, his first start on the summer tonight. Heavily favored are the Arroyo Seco Saints in this matchup against the affiliate Santa Maria Indians. 1-2, fouled off by McLeod. He stays alive.
And Sam just going to keep commanding with that fastball, also use that slider, mainly those 2 pitches, and then see that sweeper as well. I mean, 2 different pitches, both like locate him at that kind of inner part of the plate to righties, outside part of the plate to lefties.
The 1-2 to McLeod. He spoils it once again. It's fouled off. McLeod, a .381 hitter for the Santa Maria Indians, although, again, a team that's a little bit inexperienced compared to other CCL squads. Just 10 games played in the CCL this summer. They have a 1-9 record, and McLeod, through 8 of those 10 games, is 8 for 21. The 1-2 pitch. McLeod spoiling again. Yet to have a swing and miss on the bump is Sam Rickman. McLeod getting bat to ball, but yet to have one in fair territory. .533 the on-base percentage for McLeod, so definitely not a guy that's going to go down too easily. Rickman's 1-2. Sailed all the way to the backstop, 2-2.
And first start for Rickman, and for a guy that comes out of the bullpen the whole season, it's just going to be a completely different look for him. So maybe taking that bat or 2 to really settle in.
Count even at 2s. And Rickman deals. It's on the ground to the shortstop, Sean Asperger, who makes the play and fires across for out number 1. You heard me correctly. That is Sean Asperger at shortstop, making his first appearance there this summer. To his right is Owen Mangini in the hot corner. His double play partner is Dylan Immel. Paul Lazul starting over at first base. Left to right in the Saints outfield is Carson Panarisi, Brody Cheer, and Evan Ryder, with Cam Andrews in the squad, suited up in the gear to complete the battery with Rickman.
And how about that? Asperger out short. We saw on the lineup card was excited because he's started the year at first, moved over to third, and those two positions kind of coincide. But getting moved into the 6, I mean, makes a solid play right there. Maybe a sign of things to come. But I mean, saw him taking some, pitches and grounders earlier on in the day. Did not look half bad, so definitely deserving to be there.
Very vital as infielders to be able to play multiple spots. Unless, of course, you're a lefty first baseman. Here's Jerem Damery, who fouls off the first 2 offerings from Rickman. It's 0-2. Damery, a 167 hitter with 7 hits and 42 at-bats. Played all 10 games for the CCL affiliate Santa Maria Indians. The 0-2 from Rickman is in the air to left and slicing foul and out of play.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Maria, you said it, an inexperienced team and, I mean, fairly new to the landscape of the CCL. I believe the second year, or the first year playing CCL competition, but second year since being back to being a program again, folded in 2008. So it's really about picking up these kind of pieces and rebuilding this team yet again.
Another fastball sailed to the backstop. An affiliate of the CCL North are the Santa Maria Indians. When factoring in those affiliate teams into the standings, the 1-9 record currently sitting in last place of those North standings. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Damery. Upstairs, Damery works at full. One of 2 affiliate members in the CCL North, the other being the Alameda Merchants, who are right around the midway point of those CCL North standings. 3 affiliate squads in the CCL South, the San Diego Waves, San Diego Bombers, and the Philippines Baseball Group. As that fastball misses just below the knees, and Jerem Damery draws a 1-out walk.
And that is the experienced guy for the Indians, making an impact early on. Just drawing the walk. He's basically the vet on this team. And now they'll go to 3-hole hitter.
Chris Johnson doing the Shohei Ohtani duties tonight. Starting on the bump, and the starting designated hitter as well. First pitch down low, and it's 1-0.
Like you said, Chris Johnson also pitching. He's a big dude as well, 6'3", 260. So he's got some power in there as well.
He's in a 1-0 count against Sam Rickman. Rickman missing just a little bit outside. Johnson listed as an infielder. 2 hits and 16 at-bats this summer through 7 games played. 5 walks drawn. .391 on-base percentage besides that batting average at 125. Check back on first base, and Damery's back safely. 2 balls and no strikes to the starting pitcher and designated hitter in Johnson. Rickman down below the knees, 3 balls. This is kind of what you were mentioning earlier, Dylan. Bit of control issues for Rickman on the bump. Like we mentioned, he's got the strikeout stuff. He's got 17 strikeouts and 14 innings pitched before coming into tonight, but also 13 walks to go along with that as well. So if he's in the zone, he's definitely a powerful pitcher to go against. But when he can't find that zone, it becomes a little bit of a walk party, and Jarom Damery's already drawn one so far tonight as Rickman finds the zone with the fastball there. So he's just got to keep it in the zone, stay consistent. The Indians aren't much of a hitting team, hitting just .209 as a squad. So he's just got to pump it right down the middle, see what they can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, use that defense to the best of his ability, and as there goes a full count. I mean, the thing with Rickman is that all of his pitches move at a significant rate. I mean, that fastball has a lot of run, then you have that slider, which is about 2,700 RPM, so he's got a lot of movement in that arm.
The payoff to Johnson is upstairs. There's back-to-back walks with one out to put a runner into scoring position for Santa Maria and bring up the cleanup man, Hayden Hall.
These two guys walked back-to-back. I mean, you just can't really start off on that foot. That's been the Saints' problem all year. Kind of problem went away for a little bit, but last night we saw Joe Regan, or rather Wednesday we saw Joe Regan give up those 2 runs in that first inning. So we know the Saints can bounce back from these situations, but again, against a team like the Santa Maria Indians, which like-for-like matchup on paper, it shouldn't be as or a close game in the mind of the Saints. As he drills him on the arm. I mean, it gets a bit worse, Riley.
Yeah, it's off the elbow guard of Hayden Hall, and the bases are loaded for Santa Maria here in the first. All via the free pass, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Now, pitching coach for the Saints, Matt Stone, going to come out, have a conversation with Rickman as Tyler Stansbury begins to prepare himself to hit with 1 out and the bases loaded.
I mean, you can't really blame him. 3 guys, just free passes in various ways. It's not the way you want to start your outing. And like I said, I mean, coming out of the bullpen, starting, it's a completely different way of preparing as Stone leaves the bump. And Rickman also doesn't go for much length. This is more of like an opener situation, it seems like. Can go maybe to 3 innings, but at this rate, already used a lot of pitches with walking 2 guys and a hit by pitch.
And a guy on the mound in Rickman who has come out of the pen pretty often but has not gone all too deep. And just 2 innings around that for an average per outing. So likely we're not going to see him go too deep throughout this start tonight against the Indians. First pitch to Stansbury is a called strike on the low outside corner.
And, I mean, the key for him is just reining in that fastball, trying to get over it. Because he's been leaving it high a lot of the time. It's just living at the top of the zone, but not quite nicking the top of the paint.
The 0-1 is weakly lined up the middle, but into center field for a base hit. Damery comes home to score. Stop sign on for Johnson. Station to station go the Santa Maria Indians, and they take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first.
As unfortunate it is, to get a hit on you and now an RBI run earned, it's still solid for Rickman to stay in the zone, start attacking these guys, give them something to hit, and that's just solid job from Stansbury to stay through it and put it right back up the middle.
So now Chase Barreto, playing first base tonight, listed as a catcher for the Indians. First pitch down low to Barreto. Barreto playing in 4 games, but only a couple of at-bats, just 2 so far on the summer. He's drawn 2 walks, so he's had a handful more plate appearances. Patient guy, but so far 0 for those 2 ABs. 1-0 is down Broadway for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
It's more like that. Take your pitches, make the Indians work for it.
The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. That's what you need right there from Rickman. Find pitches in the zone, near the zone, try and get these hitters to try and get a bat on it. And we know the power of Rickman on the mound. Good strikeout numbers. He's going to get them.
Just keeps needing to be on attack mode. That's all you can do if you're Sam Rickman.
The 1-2 Goes back to the fastball, and it's tapped just foul.
And it has been majority fastball. Haven't seen many of the other pitches. But I think once he gets a good foundation for that heater, he can build off the other ones. Tunnel them together, and they can kind of go from there, start piecing up these guys. But it does all start with the fastball.
That fastball been in the low 9s so far tonight. One, two is hit back on the ground to Rickman, who goes home with it and gets the out there with the glove flip. 2 away and saving a run of his own is Sam Rickman. Space is still loaded as Chase Barreto reaches on the fielder's choice.
And that's a great play from Rickman. And sometimes that's all you need to get into a groove as well. Field it with the glove, and why not flick it with the glove too? So just like that, the 2 outs, and doesn't matter how you get out of this inning, just matters that he stays unscathed here. Can't allow some big hit, because one hit could really blow this wide open early on.
The catcher, Victor Sanchez. Now to do the hitting against Rickman with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 1 plated already this half inning for the Indians. They look for more. Sam Rickman looks to keep it at just that 1. His first pitch to Sanchez is taken for a called strike on the outer edge. Swung on and missed. A rather foul tipped back into the glove of Cam Andrews, quickly 0-2.
And that's the fastball that Rickman's been known for having. I mean, it's at 91, so very solid velocity, but the movement on it has a good amount of run.
No balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded and 2 away. Rickman deals. Fouled off into the screen. We'll keep it at 0-2. Saints already in an early deficit. Indians with an early lead. And early pressure as well. An opportunity for more. Way upstairs with the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now I'm coming at 92, so ticked up a bit in the department of velocity. Usually about 1 or 2 ticks down from that number. This could be a place to maybe bust out that sweeper or that slider, see if it's working today.
Rickman delivers. It's low and away. Good stop by Andrews, and count evens up at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with the bases juiced. Victor Sanchez against Sam Rickman. Rickman deals. Ball low. Andrews again, another good stop, and the count goes full with nowhere to put Sanchez.
Yeah, it's just been fastball, 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 fastball. And I mean, I'd bet that he's going to go back to the hole, go for that heater yet again. He really shows a willingness. Him and Cam Andrews, of course, calling the pitches behind the dish. Both showing a willingness to get that pitch working.
The payoff. Swung on and hacked foul.
That one nearly leaked on the inside of the play. I mean, he's ready to slam that one, just couldn't straighten it out.
Runners get a head start, and an AB here could bring in a couple for Sanchez. Or a base hit, excuse me, could bring in a couple for Sanchez. The 3-2 is once again hacked foul. This Indians team not going down easily.
They are not. I mean, this is a great at-bat from Sanchez, and that's what I meant in the pregame, just being gritty, taking your chances. That's what this inning has been. Taking those walks, of course, got a hit by pitch as well to get on base, but they're going to grind out this game, and if they're going to win this one, it'll be a long, dragged out one, but Santa Maria does have a chance with this type of ball.
Once again, the 3-2. On the ground on the left side of the infield. Handled by Mangini. Throw to first in time. 5-3 for out number 3. But the Indians get one across in the top half of the first. Saints looking to get it back. Home half of the first here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, and an early lead for the Santa Maria Indians. 1-0 as the Saints get their first crack at the ABs. Taking a look at the starting lineup for Arroyo Seco is Brody Cheer leading things off with Evan Ryder, the 2-hole hitter, Sean Asperger 3, and Carson Panarisi doing the cleanup duties. Designated hitting Cannon King in the 5-hole, Owen Mangini 6th, with Dylan Immel 7th, Cam Andrews 8th, Paul Lazul rounding things out in the 9th spot against Chris Johnson, the starting pitcher and designated hitter for the Santa Maria Indians. We said this in the pregame segment, a team that's really shy in terms of roster depth tonight. Only probably less than 5 reserves available on that bench tonight. And it's going to need a lot for this Indians team to stay in this one on the pitching side of things.
And I think it's going to start with Chris Johnson just being really economical of this outing. You know, stay in the zone. I mean, get those good pitches down. Don't have much on him. He hasn't pitched too much. He's also the guy that walked in that first inning, ended up being stranded at third. But, yeah, you said it, Riley. They're going to need a lot, especially from these core guys, because that's all you're really going to see.
Cheer swinging, and it's driven into left center field. Shading over is Alex Ibarra. He reaches up and makes the grab for out number 1. He's in left field with Tyler Stansbury in center and David Maldonado in right. Around the horn on the infield is Hayden Hall in the hot corner. Jerem Damery and Caden McLeod up the middle with Chase Barreto at first base. Victor Sanchez behind the dish to complete the battery with Chris Johnson. Squaring to bunt on the first pitch is Ryder. He pulls back, and it's ball one. Ryder a couple nights ago at the Orange County Riptide did not manage himself a hit, which broke a 23-game hit streak that he had going on, but bounced back with a couple hits in the Saints last time out on Wednesday here against the Riptide. And, I mean, the streak might be broken, but he still has a hit in 24 of the 26 games that he's played in.
I mean, if your biggest problem of the season is, losing a 23-game hit streak, I think you're quite all right.
Hitting the air to right. David Maldonado going back on it, and he makes the grab. Two quick lineouts for the Arroyo Seco Saints to bring up Sean Asperger.
Yeah, and that's kind of a thing where I was saying, Johnson's going to want to get through these guys quickly, give himself in the zone, and the Saints, they didn't strike out all that much on Wednesday versus Orange County, but didn't get rewarded for good contact. So it's good the Saints are getting solid swings on it. It's going to fall eventually, but it's also great for Johnson right now. He's going to get through this outing quickly at this rate.
First pitch low and into Asperger. Yeah, the Saints, if you can put on good swings the first time around through that lineup, it's going to look really strong come that second time around when those ABs start coming a little more productively. You might stay patient, see an extra pitch or two, find one that you really like, and then you can go hammer, and those line drives are going to start dropping.
They're going to fall eventually. I think that's kind of something you've seen of Arroyo Seco whenever they've had games like this where they decide to be aggressive or they decide to start swinging those bats early. They're going to find some grass. You're going to get guys on one way or another, and that's kind of been the story of Sean Asperger's season right now. Swings it hard, doesn't get rewarded recently. He's found it.
Asperger, as we know, a guy who's going to be very patient, and after 2 outs and just 5 pitches for Chris Johnson through the first 2 hitters of the Saints order, he's going to stay a little more patient in this one. 2-2. Is on the ground to the right side. High chop for Chase Barreto, who takes it himself, and the Saints go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Indians heading to the second.
1, 2, 3, 4. Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my ever since there's a morning, I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me
We're into the second here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field with Alex Ibarra, David Maldonado, and Caden McLeod, the 3 due up for Santa Maria, trying to extend a 1-run lead after they were able to chip one across in the top half of the first against Sam Rickman.
Yeah, Rickman threw a lot of pitches in that first inning, primarily with 2 pitches.
Gets a first pitch swing out of Alex Ibarra, who lines it into right, and it's hauled in by Evan Ryder. So 1 away quickly here in the second, which, as you just mentioned, a lot of pitches in that first inning. That's exactly what Rickman needs right there.
That is exactly what he needs. I mean, the duality of baseball. Get quick outs in this inning and maybe save your outing a little bit. Could potentially see this being his last one, maybe going one more after this. Yeah, not a guy that really goes for much length, but hasn't really pitched 3 innings, probably only once this entire season.
In the air and foul territory, and it's out of play. It's the 9-hole hitter, David Maldonado, with 1 away.
And Rickman right there went to the breaking ball, so maybe second time through, and now in this bottom part of the lineup, see that breaking ball more, especially now because he's starting to land the fastball increasingly.
The 0-1 is down low. Skipping out of the box is David Maldonado. But he'll make his way back in. Rickman, again, 37 pitches, that top of the first, almost a 20-minute half inning. Indians able to foul off a lot of pitches, and the one thing that we found out through that top of the first is that this is not a team that's going to want to strike out tonight.
Definitely not. They're going to see pitches. They're going to drag them out. Doesn't seem like a team is going to be all too aggressive either. I mean, Ibarra, yes, did fly out on what was the first pitch of the at-bat, but they're going to take these pitches. They're going to grind it out and make this excruciating for the Saints.
1-2 pitch, check swing, and the ball in the dirt. Appeal down to first, did not go around. It's 2-2.
Appeal down to first. I mean, they were pointing at the umpire for, I don't know, quite a long time. We'll say that. And then officially it was a no swing, so good job holding up from Maldonado.
Rickman's 2-2, swung on and missed. There's strikeout number 1 for Sam Rickman through this start tonight, and there's 2 away here in the second.
And that's how you get it. First strikeout, like you said, starting off right. A guy that can strike out a lot of guys when he's on, and maybe those are the first signs of it.
Back up to the top of the order in Caden McLeod. First pitch from Rickman is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. We mentioned just before the strikeout there of Maldonado that this is not a team that's going to want to really strike out tonight. 6 of the 9 hitters through the first time through the order for the Indians had 2 strike counts, and only one of them ended up going down via the strikeout. So this is a team that is going to be scrappy. They are going to be chippy offensively, and they are just going to find ways to put a ball in play.
And a scrappy identity, for a team like this, Jimmy Molina's kind of introduced that to them, and it's perfect, especially for a young team, very inexperienced. It's kind of what you get your foot in the door.
And this is a guy who was one of those really scrappy hitters, Caden McLeod. Took a while for him to finally ground out to the shortstop his first time up. Fouls off another one there in the 1-2 count. His first time up, McLeod fouled off the first pitch, took a ball for the next one, then fouled off 3 straight and took another ball, evening up at 2-2 before eventually grounding out to Sean Asperger at shortstop. So this is a guy who's got great bat-to-ball skills and will definitely stay patient on balls out of the zone. 1-2. Fights it towards third base, and it skips past Owen Mangini. Rounding first, putting the brakes on there is Caden McLeod with a 2-out single.
That one just kind of snuck up on Mangini. He was expecting a different bounce and then saw it in the dirt, skipped towards his right, didn't really read it correctly. And it's been a minute since Owen Mangini has been at the hot corner, so maybe a bit of a wake-up right there. Could have been out number 3. Most likely should have.
McLeod just able to get the bat on it, like we were just talking about. Fists one to the third baseman Mangini, who can't handle a goofy hop. Pick-off attempt, he's back safely.
And that's something to look out for Rickman. When he gets guys on, he wants to start picking them off. He has one of the quickest pickoff movements from the right side. For being a right-handed pitcher, I mean, he's as good as a lefty.
Jerem Damery fouls off the first pitch. This another guy who had a really extended first at-bat that resulted in a walk. He would come around to score the one and only run so far tonight. Rickman with a couple checks. He delivers the 0-1. Just a little bit inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaker on the 1-1. It's outside.
And just for you folks at home, of course, the Saints playing for a lot. Have to focus on that Barons game as well, playing Orange County. We'll keep you updated right now, top of the first. But that's the worry for the Saints. I mean, as much as they can handle their own destiny, they have to have the Barons lose out.
2-1 pitch is swatted foul. Yeah, the Saints looking to just control what they can control, and to have a shot at the CCL South playoffs, they're going to have to win out. That's where their focus is going to be. They're going to take it 1 game at a time, win this one, win tomorrow, try and go win on Sunday, and hopefully secure a spot there. Although they are going to need some help. It's going to be at the very back of their minds. It can't be at the forefront. They got to focus on themselves for now, but Barons do have to go 0 for 3 with the Saints going 3-0 through the last 3 games.
Definitely a slippery situation. And you know, it is at the back of their minds, but at the back of their minds, I guess they're Riptide fans today and then Slow Blue fans tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be Riptide fans tonight and then Riptide enemies tomorrow down at the Great Park in Irvine. 1 o'clock first pitch is tomorrow's matchup against the Orange County Riptide. Then it'll be back here at home against the MLB Academy Barons this Sunday for the last game of the regular season for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Full count, 2 outs with 1 on. Runner on the move. It's grounded to the second baseman, Immel, who throws across on the run for out number 3. None across in the second inning. And then Sam Rickman keeps it a 1-0 deficit. To the home half of the second we go. One nothing Santa Maria Indians as we head to the bottom of the second here in Pasadena. Riley Horn alongside Dylan DeCesare on the Saints streaming network as the Saints look to get that 1 run back here against Chris Johnson. It's Carson Panarisi, Cannon King, and Owen Mangini, the 3-2 up after going 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first, although a handful of really strong swings from the first 3 Saints hitters. First pitch, called strike.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to see this whole entire game. I think the Saints aren't going to be striking out all too much, but the worry is, can they get the solid contact? Maybe have to shorten up at points as well just to get it through the gaps.
0-1. Off the tip of the glove of Victor Sanchez, back to the backstop.
I mean, here's a guy in Panarisi that swings as hard as anyone. Just has seen some struggles. Hasn't gotten rewarded every time.
Fouled straight back, 1 and 2. Panarisi been a consistent guy out in left field for the Arroyo Seco Saints all summer long. Found himself throughout a handful of different spots in the offensive order, up to the 2 holes, sometimes down 7-8 spots. Tonight doing the cleanup duties as the 4-hole hitter, although with nobody on base leading off an inning, he obviously is not going to be in a cleanup situation. Two-two pitch, swung on and missed on the high heat. Down goes Panarisi. First strikeout recorded by Chris Johnson.
And that thing of Panarisi just swings through, doesn't shorten up at the right times, so unfortunate there, but Chris Johnson, through his first 4 batters, he's done everything he's needed to do, so look for him to continue it, but man up to bat, that's as dangerous as anyone.
Up steps Cannon King. Designated hitter tonight for Arroyo Seco. He takes a big hack at the first offering.
Again, a small update. I'll be on those updates. Barons up 1-0. Elijah Clayton hit a bomb out to left center versus Orange County. So they're out to an early lead in Irvine.
1-1 to Cannon King. Currently batting .322 on the summer with 14 RBIs and a team leading 6 home runs. The 1-1 from Johnson is high and away. It's 2-1.
All right, that game is at Compton, not Irvine. Though Saints will be at Irvine tomorrow. But again, focusing on the here now.
And off the front knee of Cannon King, that one cannot feel good. Oh, he's taking it like a champ. Oh, he's going to limp his way down to first. Hope Cannon King's going to be all right here.
I believe it was Tuesday when you and I were on that call in OC. Cannon King got hit another time. Didn't look too pleasant either, so he's wearing it like a champ and taking his walk down to first and taking his time, but he's all right.
Umpiring crew going to give King a few moments to try and shake it off. No trainer out for the Arroyo Seco Saints yet. Looks like there won't be, as he seems to be okay.
Yeah, I see a smile over there from Cannon King. He'll be all right.
He's going to stay in this one, which is huge for Arroyo Seco, as King is a huge offensive piece to this lineup. So now Owen Mangini, first pitch outside. Mangini goes ahead. Last time we were on the call at Irvine with these Saints against the Orange County Riptide. Mangini with a monster blast to left field. Takes a fastball for a called strike on the outer edge.
Yeah, I mean, that one was crushed to left field down in Irvine. And Saints he's really gotten this playing time consistently. For the first time this season in this back end, I mean, he's made every second of it count.
Runner goes on the ground to the right side. Perfect hit and run execution. Cannon King scooting to third base. Mangini at first. Now runners on the corners, one away for Arroyo Seco.
And that one of the weaker hits you'll see Mangini have, but just placed perfectly. The hand run, like you said, exquisite. And now Immel with his runners at the corners have to do something. And I think he's changed his walk-up song every time in the last couple of games. And every time it's a new 2010s banger.
I was going to wait until we got through 1 through 9 to mention the walk-up songs, but so far tonight, every single Saints hitter has had a brand new one. And I wonder if that's something to do with it being crunch time here in Pasadena. Changing it, try and get some superstitions going, try and cook something up on the behind-the-scenes side of things. Who knows?
I think maybe those girls just want to have fun yesterday. Could be completely wrong, but it was a solid one yesterday. So I think you're right. I mean, no time like the present to try something new. I mean, baseball inherently is an extremely superstitious game. So why not buy into it? It could be pretty fun, too.
And I can speak from personal experience when I say baseball is the most superstitious sport, and it's not even close. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dylan Immel with runners on the corners. That one inside, and it skids all the way to the backstop. Cannon King coming home to score, and we are tied. 1 apiece here. Still 1 away. Now a runner at second base for Dylan Immel.
Yeah, take him how you get him, and Chris Johnson now showing the first signs of struggle, and the runner now moved to 180 feet away at second for Immel. And I was going to say, there's a massive gap in left center. If Immel can manage to find some space out there, I mean, he could be going for 3 at his speed.
That one's upstairs. Immel in a huge advantage here, 3-1. Official scoring on that one, a pass ball. That scored Cannon King and moved Mangini up to second. Fouled off by Immel, and it's a full count.
Just going to wait for something pristine over the middle. If not, you don't really have to make something too much. Just manage to survive here. Hopefully get to left center.
3-2 pitch, up and in, ball 4. 2 aboard for the Arroyo Seco Saints, looking to now take the lead here.
Keep passing the baton. Keep getting through that lineup, and now with Cam Andrews, he's the type of guy that will poke something into the gaps.
Andrews, the veteran catcher of this Arroyo Seco Saints lineup. He's looking to get the Saints ahead for the first time tonight. Heading into his senior season at CBU. So far this summer is hitting .250 with 9 RBIs. First pitch, low and away. Hauled in by Victor Sanchez, so going nowhere is Mangini or Immel. Mangini on second and Immel on first base with 1 away here in the bottom of the second. The 1-0. Upstairs. Andrews dances out of the way, and now in a huge advantage here. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Johnson just, when he's found the zone, it's been something hittable for Arroyo Seco, and every time he's been outside, it's just been an easy look. So he needs to dial it in here. Try to paint something would be a good start.
Johnson's 2-0. In the air to right center field. Tyler Stansbury on his way over. He makes the grab. Mangini not tagging up. Good throw from Stansbury, so likely a good idea there. And an unproductive second out.
And Mangini just dancing off the bag too early, then got back as soon as the catch was made. So maybe if he's staying out of that bag the whole time, then it's a potential tag situation, but still an out. Long fly from Cam Andrews.
So now Paul Lazul, newer addition to this Arroyo Seco Saints lineup, making his first plate appearance here tonight for Arroyo Seco. First pitch to him, ball low. He already goes ahead, trying to make a big impact in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, he's been here for about a couple of days. First week here, so coming late to the scene, but has a chance to make an impact early on in his Saints career, which will be a short Saints career.
He checks his swing and fouls off the 1-0. One run across for Arroyo Seco this half inning, looking to make it more. Lazul takes a good hack, but fouls it off, and it's 1-2. Johnson delivers. It's upstairs. Now the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 aboard in a tied ball game here in the 2nd inning. Johnson to Lazul. It's down low and the count goes full. Now both runners gonna get a head start here. And Lazul with a base hit and opportunity to score multiple.
And no better time to have a great eye and showcase that part of your game than your first at bat, and in this situation where you can pass the baton.
Johnson gonna spin off the mound and walk back Mangini.
Maybe wanted to buy more time on that.
Payoff, fouled off. Almost a really sweet barehanded play made there by someone in the Indians dugout.
And what could have been, should have been.
We'll do it all over again. The base runners gonna be on the move. With the full count pitch, and Lazul now taking a page out of the Indians playbook and not going down easily here.
You know, making it a battle, and that was a great piece of survival. Just keep that back going. Didn't like the pitch, but knew it was on the border at the minimum. Has to dial back in here, though.
Now we're going to look for a mistake pitch. Instead, he'll take ball 4 inside, and the Arroyo Seco Saints have the bases loaded with 2 away.
Keep passing the baton. It's a relay of sorts. I mean, and it's a long relay at that, full 9 innings. But start here in the 2nd. Already had the one come across via the wild pitch, and they'll take it however they can get it, but something big here as well could really just silence this game early and give the Saints a lot of momentum.
Up to the leadoff man, Brody Cheer. And a balk from Chris Johnson gives the Saints the lead. Arroyo Seco puts up a crooked number here as Owen Mangini come across to score.
Don't see that all too often. I don't think I've seen that all season. Johnson maybe starting to get to him a bit, getting out of his mechanics, and there's the balk.
High and wide on the first offering to Cheer. 2 in scoring position now for the Saints leadoff man tonight. Normally occupied by the likes of Braden Flores. But he's getting the off night tonight. Rest up for the rest of the weekend. Cheer chops one foul.
Yeah, Cheer's gone a lot of run recently, and he's inherently a leadoff type of guy. Bats 9, so 2nd leadoff for all this season that he's been here.
One pulled sharply down the first base line, a fair ball. 2 runs, gonna easily score, and Cheer's speed is gonna be on display. He heads for third base. Relay throw in is not gonna be in time, and Brody Cheer brings in 2 with a 3-bagger.
And those are the tendencies of Cheer, using that speed. Once he gets a great hit, just pulls it perfectly down the first base line, just inside of that first base bag. And there you go. He's standing on third. It's 5-1. And that's the man that's going to be a Nebraska Cornhusker next year. That's what you're getting if you're in Nebraska.
Four to 1 Arroyo Seco here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Brody Cheer still standing on third base with 2 away. As here's Evan Ryder, who takes the first 2 pitches and goes ahead 2-0. Takes ball 3 upstairs. Ryder, definitely a guy who's going to swing it more times than not. Just 3 walks so far this summer with 37 hits. And the team leader in batting average coming into tonight. That average at 339. Again, hits in 24 of the 26 games he's played.
And you mentioned how he doesn't walk a lot. He does strike out the most on the Arroyo Seco Saints. So there's kind of the duality of Evan Ryder, but like you said, still leads an average.
Lifts one to right center field. Long run for Stansbury, makes the call and makes the grab. But the Arroyo Seco Saints put 4 across in the second inning and take a 3-run lead as we head to the 3rd inning. Third inning action here in Pasadena. As leading things off is the starting pitcher and designated hitter for the Santa Maria Indians, Chris Johnson. Swings through the first offering, and it's 0-1.
Johnson, it's hard when you give up those runs in the last inning, including the balk and the pass ball.
This one to shallow center, Bermuda triangle, but making the grab is Dylan Immel, and there's one away.
Heck of a job by Immel to just go straight back on that one. Can be a tough play at times, but made it look extremely easy. But what I was saying about Johnson, it's tough to give up those runs, especially in the way you did of, scorching triple and then also the ball, the wild pitch, and then come out here and hit right after it, and he ends up popping out.
So now Hayden Hall, the third baseman, who was hit by the pitch on the first pitch of his previous at-bat. Now he takes ball 1. Down low, and it's 2-0.
And Rickman, was quick through the last inning. Looking to be quick here, so maybe can go one more, but it's going to be a bullpen day of sorts in a sense where you're probably going to see 2 more guys get their run today.
Outside 3-0. Hayden Hall, a guy who's been not seeing much action so far tonight. 4 pitches seen, 1 of them hit him, and the other 3 have been outside the zone. Rickman delivers. And it's ball 4. 5 pitches seen for Hayden Hall, none in the strike zone so far tonight. He draws a 1-out walk.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a thing of Rickman, trying to pitch on the fringes or just trying to be perfect. I just think something's not working there where he can't really get it down the middle, because in a 3-0 count right there, you're going down Broadway and notching a strike. So I just think the fastball just not responding how he's wanted to. I'm no pitching coach by any means, but that's more what it is instead of, trying to have that perfect location.
First pitch swinging is Stansbury. It's lifted right towards Dylan Immel at second base, who gloves it for out number 2.
Naomi will take a quick pop out right there on that breaking ball, and I think he ought to use that breaking ball more and more. Of course, it's hard just to throw that one pitch and not have the fastball respond in the way he usually has it. But however you can get those outs, get these guys under it, at least for the remainder of your outing, you got to do it.
Chase Barreto fooled and buckled by the first pitch slider by Rickman. You would imagine that would be pretty common throughout the night tonight. Rickman been heavy on the fastball and then goes to a first pitch slider to perfection. Pickoff attempt hits the runner in Hayden Hall and skips in front of the Santa Maria dugout. So he'll move up to second base. Now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 away.
Can't really worry about that runner on second base, though. Rickman just has to focus on playing catch with Cam Andrews and to get out of this inning quickly.
Barreto is first time up. Chopper right back to Rickman in a bases-loaded situation. Rickman with the glove flip out to Cam Andrews at home plate. Save himself a run. On the ground to the right side. Lazul with it. Rickman covering, and that's out number 3. One base runner stranded in back-to-back innings for Sam Rickman, and he is through 3 full. We'll head to the home half here on the Saints Streaming Network. Bottom of the 3rd, the Saints with a 3-run lead over the Santa Maria Indians. Big inning in the bottom of the 2nd, now looking to have another pretty big one here in the bottom of the 3rd, extending upon a 3-run lead. 3-hole hitter leading things off here is Sean Asperger, followed up by Panarisi and Cannon King. Still against Chris Johnson, who threw 2 full, has given up 4 earned runs on 2 hits. First pitch, hitting the front leg of Carson Panarisi. Flashbacks to the Cannon King hit by pitch with 1 out in the 2nd inning.
Rather, that was Asperger instead. Getting clocked on that chin. I mean, I heard in the booth next to me an audible oof, because that one, it's going to be a bruise on that bone for sure, but he'll take his early walk. And I think the thing for Chris Johnson, we talked about the depth of Santa Maria. They don't really have the pitching depth here with them today. Maybe 1 or 2 guys in that dugout that can go out and throw some innings. So it's going to be a real task, and they're going to need the offense now to come alive, and Johnson just limit damage.
Well struck into left field. Back at the wall. There she goes. Carson Panarisi, a 2-run blast. 6-1 Saints.
And how about Panarisi? I mean, he swings the ball hard, but gets all of that one. It's an absolute rocket. 106. I mean, takes a page out of the book of Cannon King and absolutely crushes that one. We don't see many guys go deep to left the way he just did.
No way. Normally the home runs here are from left-handed bats going out to right field. That one, though, absolutely smoked out to left field. So here's Cannon King, who, again, his first time up, hit by the pitch. Very similar to the one we just saw Sean Asperger get hit by, although King's more off the knee, so left a little bit more vulnerable. He gets hit off the front shin again. Brutal day for the right leg of Cannon King, but he's been on base twice tonight.
2 guys hit by a pitch and then a homer given up. I mean, if Santa Maria can get another guy going, they ought to start him warming up over there. Don't see anything happen in the bullpen again. It's a really, shallow team today. I've only about 4 guys in that dugout.
Hit by pitch, home run, hit by pitch so far here in this 3rd inning. As slowly making his way up is Owen Mangini. Taking a breather on the bump is Chris Johnson after 3 straight base runners. And an update from Compton, 2-1 Orange County Riptide in the top of the 3rd over those Barons. Again, Saints big Riptide fans tonight. Gonna be Riptide enemies tomorrow at the Great Park. Again, a 1 o'clock first pitch. Early afternoon game for Arroyo Seco tomorrow before taking on those Barons here at home on Sunday. Still with playoff hopes are the Arroyo Seco Saints. King on the move. Throw down to second base. Nowhere close. And Cannon King is up to second.
Yeah, Sanchez just kind of threw it a bit late and also just didn't really have the full pop and arm from that. Mangini, I mean, if there's something remotely in the zone, I mean, the first pitch of the at-bat was a breaker just going into the middle of the zone. You might want to duck if anyone's out there.
King going for third base, hit sharply down the third base line, and it's a fair ball off the glove of Hayden Hall. Cannon King with the early jump is going to coast into home, and Owen Mangini on first. We'll await the official scoring to see whether it'll be an infield single or an error on the third baseman, but either way, it's 7-1 Arroyo Seco.
Mangini, as always, hits the ball hard and just places it perfectly. It will be scored a single, so RBI single for Mangini, and his hit streak continues, and in general, his form continues as well. I mean, he's been on it these last 5-6 games.
So here's Dylan Immel. Takes ball 1 down low. 5th batter to the plate for Arroyo Seco. 3 have already scored, and Mangini is aboard first base. Ball down low. Mangini going to stay put. 2-0 to Immel. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the first for the Arroyo Seco offense. And they bounced back and have put up back-to-back crooked run innings on the scoreboard. 4 back in the second, already 3 here in the third. Big hack. Ball kicks out of the glove of Sanchez, 2-1.
He wanted all of that. I mean, he was trying to put it far onto the, what would that be, the 134 out there? I believe that's the highway, just next to the Rose Bowl, but would have hit something.
I don't know that answer, actually.
I feel like we should. As LA guys, we really should know that, but
2-1 is lifted into right center. Stansbury on his way over. He makes the grab. Won't attempt to throw back to first base. And Mangini retreats. 1 down here in the third inning. One away with one on base for Cam Andrews, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to center his first time up. Well struck ball, though. Pretty deep run for Stansbury, who did make the grab. He's had plenty of action so far tonight. He's already caught three fly balls, in 3 innings.
Yeah, I mean, he's been roaming. He's been a rover out there.
He might get another one here. He goes back, but now comes in and does make the grab. Cam Andrews with 2 flyouts to center field, and there's 2 away.
Just got off the end of the bat with a solid swing, just a tad late and a bit under. And good for Johnson to get those 2 flyouts relatively quickly, maybe salvage something in this outing. I imagine he'll come out for the next inning as well.
First pitch upstairs to Paul Azul, who walked in his first ever plate appearance with the Arroyo Seco Saints this summer. And only 3 games to go, so Azul not going to have a whole lot of action this summer in Pasadena. Pickoff attempt at first, back in standing is Mangini. Yeah, kind of going to be on that. Leave him out to dry and squeeze as much out as you can for the Indians tonight, especially on the pitching staff side, as that one's thrown out of play. Up to second base is Mangini.
Heads up, I didn't really need to put on the burners for that as well. That was just out in general. And if it stayed in, I mean, he's probably going to the third, but dead ball.
1-0 the count to Paul Azul. First baseman tonight, batting in the 9 hole for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looking to give the Saints back-to-back 4-run innings. He lifts one high in the air on the right side. Long run for Maldonado, longer run for McLeod, the second baseman, who ranges all the way over and makes the grab for out number 3. 3 across in the 3rd inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints. It's a 7-1 ball game as we head to the 4th, where my partner Dylan DeCesare will take over on the play-by-play call.
Today we're going to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena to see if anybody's coming to the Saints game tonight.
You guys like baseball? Well, we have a game over there. The Royal Seco Saints for Pasadena. It's at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Come and watch it at 6 p.m.
Thank you. Baseball, yeah, sure. Yeah? A baseball game, Arroyo Seco.
Yeah!
Where's that?
Jackie Robinson Field.
Oh, I know where that.
Do you like baseball?
Nah, not really. I'm just really. I'll be honest with you.
You guys are big.
A baseball game?
Yeah, we got a baseball game happening at the Jackie Robinson Field at 4:30.
Yeah, we'll come out for sure.
For sure, okay.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah,
We'll
go Saints, go
We're going that
Saints.
way.
Top of the 4th inning here at Jackie Robinson. New pitcher in the game, it's Colin Caicedo.
Yeah, Caicedo been a guy who has been sort of hybrid starter out of the pen as well tonight, coming out of the pen for his 6th overall appearance. 11 innings so far on the summer with a 9 ERA and 12 strikeouts. So a similar guy out of the pen as Sam Rickman, the starter, in that he's got that strong stuff, got the strikeout stuff. He's just got to keep it in the zone and controlled.
Rickman's day is done. Had the run in the first, but then after it, settled in quite nicely. And for San Maria, now down 7-1, leading things off will be Victor Sanchez, and after will be Alex Ibarra and David Maldonado at 7-8-9. And what does Santa Maria need to do to try to get back in this game, at least on the offensive end?
I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job in terms of running up the pitch count. I mean, we've only seen one pitcher in this game, and Sam Rickman, but they were doing a great job at just being pesky in the box, fouling off pitches in 2-strike counts. They were being very aggressive, and they need to keep that up. They obviously are not going to be able to get these runs across without some offensive work, so they're going to have to stay on that aggressive approach, knock those base hits, try and get the next guy up.
Caicedo, last outing, was versus the Philippines baseball group. 1 inning, 3 runs, and a loss versus Philippines. That was has been their only win of the entire season. And if you, again, looking at these affiliate teams and looking at the affiliate losses, I believe the Saints are about 4-4 versus the affiliated CCL organizations. So maybe that's a place where you look back on and kind of think, what if? Swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the glove. That'll be a strikeout on the first batter of Caicedo's night.
Yeah, and for Caicedo on the opposite side of things, he's just got to stay in that zone. Again, we mentioned it. He's got the strikeout stuff. He shows it off right there. You just got to pound the zone, keep that same mentality that, Rickman was trying to have. Just be aggressive in the zone. Try and go get these hitters. You have a 6-run lead, so you have plenty of cushion to work with.
Up is Alex Ibarra. One of those guys for San Maria that is a high school kid, just graduated and don't have a place to play for fall yet. Takes a swing and fouls that one off. I mean, that's kind of something that Santa Maria, now building their program back up again, are going to have to rely on. A lot of those JUCO guys to be the leaders, and then having these high schoolers kind of learn from them and then keep passing the baton. 0-2 inside, it's 1-2. Barra coming in this game, only 1 at-bat. So already on his 2nd at-bat, so doubled that total tonight. Count goes 2-2 from Caicedo.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 pitches to sort of work with there. Now he's going to try and dial it back into the zone. I would imagine he just goes to a challenge fastball.
Tries to drop the curveball high in the zone, doesn't land, loads, or rather, count goes full. Full count with 1 out for Colin Caicedo on Ibarra. Swing and a miss. Gets him down. Back-to-back Ks for Colin Caicedo.
Didn't go to the challenge fastball on the 2-2. Tried to go to the off-speed, but then on the 3-2, didn't take any risk. Goes to the challenge fastball there and gets a ugly swing and a miss.
Yeah, just kind of a last-minute decision to swing the bat right there. And Ibarra goes down by the way of K for the first time tonight. Maldonado now fouls it off the netting behind us, or behind him. It's 0-1. Struck out last time up. Hasn't played really this season, one of the newer guys for Santa Maria. Fouls it off again into the bushes behind us.
And, at this point, I really like the idea to go to Caicedo here for the Saints. He's a guy who had a bit of a rougher last time out on the mound, but now gets an opportunity to breathe and have a nice bounce back with a 6-run lead.
Got a wedgie into the chain link fence. Maldonado takes a look back at his masterpiece he just, whipped up. The count is still 0-2. Caicedo looking to get out of this inning 1-2-3. Won't ring him up. Bottom of the zone. Does not get the nod.
Yeah, real close pitch there from Caicedo. Goes back to that fastball just a little bit low and outside, but an incredible 0-2 pitch nonetheless.
Maldonado will take a second. Take a deep breath and step back into the box. Indians were threatening in that first inning, only got one across, and since then, the Saints have bared down. Caicedo swing and a miss. Gets the wave. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the order. Go down the Indians. We'll head to the home half of the frame.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since there's a morning, I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me
Bottom of the fourth here at Jackie Robinson Field. Saints up 7-1, and the lineup card flips over to Brody Cheer and then Ryder and then Asperger. And it'll be the 1, 2, 3 of the Saints to go against Johnson, who's back out for this fourth inning.
Yeah, and so far the Saints have been able to capitalize on him all the way. 7 earned runs on 4 hits, taking advantage of 2 walks and 3 hit by pitches as well. Looks like Cheer might not have been ready, or the take sign was just 100% on. A little bit of confusion going on right now from Chris Johnson as well. But, yeah, I mean, the Saints offense has just looked strong today, and they're going to need to maintain that throughout the rest of this game, but also use that momentum and maintain this offensive success throughout the rest of the weekend.
Cheer rocketed almost the same place as his last hit. That brought in 2 on a triple, but just waning foul of that first base line. And Brody Cheer, 7th straight start for him in center field, showing that glove. We also have the 8-game hit streak now, including this one, and then 7 RBIs in those 7 games. Cheer up in the air, over to left field, 2 guys on it. Diving, can't make the play. Cheer will just stand up on second, gets rewarded. Indians can't get that first out.
Yeah, the way the Indians' defense was set up immediately off the bat, you could tell that one was trouble, and Cheer knew it as well. He was on the go immediately out of the box, and he got 2 bases out of it.
Will be a double for Cheer. And that'll bring up Evan Ryder. We talked about new walk-up songs. I think this is a great one. I mean,
Is this David Guetta?
I think so.
I think it's David Guetta and BB Rexa. I'm good.
It sounds like BB Rexa.
I think it's BB Rexa and David Guetta, and song titled
I
I'm
haven't
Good.
heard that name in a while, BB Rexa. Of course, familiar with David Guetta. Evan Ryder now down 0-1. That one just painted on the outside corner. Johnson, 64 pitches in these 3 innings total. Has 7 earned runs, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. Ryder fouled off to the right side. No. 0-2 Ryder leaves the breaker outside, goes to 1-2.
Yeah, Johnson, good 0-2 pitch there. Goes to the breaker outside, and in a 0-2 count, that's kind of where you want to execute that pitch. Try and induce a swing and a miss, but Ryder saw that one out of the hand all the way.
Runner goes, Ryder out to center field. Cheer will have to retreat. Gets back just in time. Was ready to go, and Ryder put on the swing. So that's the first out. Up to Sean Asperger now in this 3-hole.
Yeah, Stansbury out in center field, continuing to get his action, and almost had a chance to get 2 outs there. Cheer was on the move, nearly to third base by the time that one was hit, and then he had to retreat all the way back. Luckily for the Saints, he got all the way back.
Stansbury's had 5 fly balls go his way into center. Made the play on all of them. Some pretty difficult. Asperger gets a good swing on it into the outfield and to right. Cheer, rounding third. Stop sign is up, though. He'll retreat back, so now runners at the corner, but Asperger sees ball and puts into the right.
And, I mean, that was very Freddie Freeman-esque, going down, getting that low one, extending the hands out and flicking it on a line into right field. Great swing there by Asperger to put runners on the corners, and right decision for Cheer to hold up at third base. Still just 1 out. No need to risk getting thrown out at the plate.
Now Panarisi hit a 2-run bomb last time. Johnson will do the pickoff move, but not throw the ball, and Asperger was sitting on first. It will be a balk. So Johnson balks in another run. Score is now 1-8 with Brody Cheer touching home. So 2 runs have come across via the balk for Johnson. But not just a strike right there on Panarisi. Runner and Asperger move to second. So runner again in scoring position for the Saints. Score is now 1-8. Runner goes, Asperger out to center field. Going back is Stansbury. Hops up the wall. Scoring is Asperger. And standing at second is Carson Panarisi at the ground rule double.
That's now back-to-back plate appearances for Panarisi with incredible swings. Has that 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning, and then gets that RBI double here in the 4th. Just great swings so far from this Saints offense, and Panarisi with 2 golden ones.
A conversation now with Johnson from one of the Santa Maria coaches. Seen some movement in the foul ground in right field. Could be signs to maybe go to the bullpen eventually. Johnson just hasn't gone his way tonight. Scores now 1-9, all 9 of them earned.
And now he's got a face-off against Cannon King, who, might be a little aggressive here after his past 2 times up. Johnson has hit him on that front leg. King is taking a beating in the box today, and he might want to, have a little vengeance now with a runner on second base.
Cannon King's looking to swing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Especially a guy like him. Getting nice and close to the plate. Waiting for something at all over the middle. There we go. Swinging out to Stansbury. Just straight on the line. Panarisi remains at second. That's out number 2.
He was looking to swing, and swing he did on the first pitch. Did result in an out, but an absolutely great swing at that. Very hard hit. Great swing there from Cannon King, and those are those loud outs that towards the back half of the game will turn into base hits.
First time he's really gone swing all night. Now up Owen Mangini, 2 singles, one of them bringing in a run. That one sky high into left field, way up there, and it'll be a fly out. So a loud fly out to end the inning. Nonetheless, Saints get 2 more across. It's 1-9 here in Pasadena. Top of the 5th, it's 9-1 here at Jackie Robinson Field. Back to the top of the order for the Indians. Now the 3rd time through, it's Caden McLeod, Jaron Damery, and Chris Johnson. That's the 1, 2, 3, and the 3 leading off batters for the Indians. Colin Caicedo still on the bump. Came in last inning, struck out all 3.
Yeah, came in just pure dominance up on the mound. 3 up, 3 down, striking out the side. And that's what you need for the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's got an even bigger lead now, does Caicedo, so doesn't have to be too cute with it. He can just put it in the zone and, do what he did last inning.
Caden McLeod, 1 for 2 on the day with a ground out to Sean Asperger and a single. Now ahead 2-0. Fouls that one off to the left, and Caden McLeod, a infielder from Bakersfield, went to Centennial High School and went to Porterville College last year and did not play, was forced to redshirt, and unfortunately it was due to a ruptured appendix. But has bounced back well and is now leading off for Santa Maria. So a comeback of sorts, showing that tenacious spirit. This count goes 3-1 now. Caicedo outside, walks McLeod.
And the Indians are just going to take base runners wherever they can get them. They're chasing 8 runs, and we're not even halfway through this ballgame. So they're going to get on board. They're going to try and chip away as early as they can. And, for Caicedo, again, just got to live in the zone. You have an 8-run cushion. It takes 2 grand slams for them to tie this one up. You have plenty of room to work with. You don't have to perfectly execute your pitches. You just got to get them in the zone.
Jaron Damery now has walked and has grounded out today. 3rd season with Santa Maria. So he's the real veteran on this inexperienced roster. Will be playing his ball at NAIA program, Ottawa University in Arizona. (1-0) now from Caicedo. Up the middle, out to center field. Cheer going back, makes the catch. There's the first out.
Yeah, good catch there by Cheer. Gets on a dead sprint backwards for a handful of steps and is able to haul it in. Out ball really well struck off the bat of Damery, but Cheer able to range back, make the grab, help out his pitcher by recording a loud out.
And here's Chris Johnson, the starting pitcher today, looking to get on the board in the batting department. Has walked today and has popped out. Runner at first for Santa Maria with 1 out. Breaking ball does not land. That one down low. It's 2-0. Caicedo ready. Pickoff attempt. In time was the man at first, McLeod. Quick update down in Compton, California. The Barons are down 2-1 in the top of the third, with Orange County threatening with a man on second. Keep you updated on that one about 40, 50 minutes south of here as the night goes on. Rather top 5, not top 3. 3-0. Low. Stolen base. Given. Throw down to second was not in time. That was actually in for a strike on Johnson at the bottom of the zone. So count goes 3-1, but McLeod standing on second now. Johnson walked in a pop out today and is now going deeper into this at bat than he did last time. Solid swing over to Mangini. Gloves it over to first. In time, Lazul gets it. There's 2 outs.
Good play there from Mangini. Makes the play on the forehand. Looks back the runner on second base in McLeod. Make sure he's retreating. Not going to come right across and move up to third base on it. So makes the play after checking back the runner and gets the out at first base.
It made up for that error. Wasn't given as an error, but error-like play earlier in the game. Feels that one cleanly. And yeah, he hasn't been playing third all too often, especially down the stretch here. And with guys leaving the program like Zach Late and Jacob Freer, he's had to step in big. And yeah, I mean, he's lived up to it in every single at-bat and every single defensive out. 1-0 to Mangini. Backhand, twirling over to first, picked. Great play from both corners of the infield. We'll head to the 5th. Bottom of the 5th here in Pasadena. New pitcher on the bump for Santa Maria. It's David Maldonado.
Yeah, a couple of defensive changes for the Santa Maria Indians. Again, we mentioned it a couple times tonight, but the depth of this team is really, really shallow. Not a whole lot of guys to work with. So David Maldonado, the right fielder, comes into pitch for the first time this summer. The starting pitcher in Chris Johnson now slides over to first base, and the starting first baseman, Chase Barreto, heads out to right to take the spot of Maldonado.
Musical chairs on that right side of the field. Maldonado now on the bump, hasn't pitched this year at all. Hasn't really been a Santa Maria Indian all too long. First pitch, doesn't find the zone. It's to Immel, and after him will be Andrews. Then it'll go to Paul Azul. Immel 0 for 1 with a walk today. Was the man up to bat when that wild pitch brought in the first run for Arroyo Seco of today. Immel up the middle. On it, and Stansberry for the first out.
Yeah, and almost came too far in on it. I don't think Stansberry had a great read on how well that ball was hit. That ball was hit very sharply out to center field. Stansberry been on it all night tonight on balls up the middle and is able to make the grab on that one, although it almost got over his head and would have been a lot of extra bases for Immel.
It's now up to Cam Andrews, veteran catcher. Guy from around the area, and he's one of those guys that's well loved around the dugout. Brings that positive mentality and kind of the anchor, kind of the captain you can want to be behind the dish. One-0 from Maldonado. Breaker does not land. Now 2-0, and Cam Andrews said from around the area, went to high school Maranatha. They used this facility during their high school season, but was actually born in D.C. So considers Pasadena his home, but is from the district. Moving way across the coast when he was young. Count goes 3-0. Also comes from athletic family. His mother, Tracy, played college basketball, and his twin brother currently runs track at UCSB. So for the Andrews family, go Gauchos. 3-0. In for a strike.
Yeah, go Gauchos and go Lancers, as Cam himself, CBU.
CBU, yep.
Never heard of twin brothers that run and play baseball. That's not really a combination you find, although both great athletes.
I mean, you talk about running. Cam leads the team in stolen bases, so maybe he's getting that track, experience with his brother in the offseason. That one fouled off.
Yeah, for a catcher, I mean, Andrews has incredible wheels.
I mean, I'd argue that the two catchers on this roster are in the top half of, speedsters. I mean, him and Nick Nishiwa, I mean, they both got speed running down to second. It's a full count. Maldonado's worked back from 3-0 to this spot. Delivers. Andrews high. Under it is Johnson. Calls for it loudly. Makes for the second out.
They say in baseball that, when you make a defensive substitution, the ball finds the new guy. I don't know that you could call Johnson technically the new guy in the field because, like you mentioned, just musical chairs, guys switching around. But nonetheless, Johnson bouncing right back, coming off the mound and playing first base and makes a grab. So,
I mean, either way, it's a nervy one when you're in the new position for the first inning. And, I mean, you're not saying it to the coach you don't want the ball to come to you, but you don't want the ball to come to you just yet. So it has to get ready. Now it's Paul Azul. Walk and a pop out. Into the zone. Just fading, but just painting as well. Again, we talked about it. Lazul, brand new guy, the Arroyo Seco Saints, is going to have a short stint as a Saint with the Sonoma Stomper last season. Played at College of the Canyons in 2026, now looking for a new home. Originally from Monterey, California. I got to say, out of hometowns to be, Monterey is beautiful. Don't know if you've ever been, but get up there.
I have not been.
It's nice. Nice little town. Good aquarium as well.
I have heard great things about that
Aquarium, yeah. I mean, if you look in, top aquariums in the country, I think it might be in the top 3. Has to be in that top 3. All fairness, I haven't gone to every aquarium in the country.
I would imagine there's not a lot of people who have.
There's that one guy. There's got to be that one guy somewhere. 2-1, Lazul leaves it high and up.
I mean, there's got to be hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah, because, I mean,
that'd be a lot of distance to travel to get to every aquarium in the country.
if you think about it, I mean, who would think that Monterey, California, out of all the places in California, would have the best aquarium? Lazul fouls that one off. We'll go again. It's full count.
I mean, although now that I think about it, do you think there are aquariums in, the Midwest states, because they're not near an ocean, Do you think they, import aquatic animals? You think there's...
I mean, there's definitely aquariums in the Midwest. I just think naturally, if you're on the coast, I bet Seattle's got an amazing aquarium.
Oh, I'm sure
all
those coastal states.
In the PNW,
Those middle states, I
don't know if Des Moines has an upper echelon aquarium. Lazul walks. He'll go down to first. I mean, I'd be interested to find out.
We have the ability to find out.
Let's see.
As my dad always says, Google is his best friend. So we have that ability to find out.
Bless the internet. I mean, double-edged sword for sure, but at the end of the day, might do more good than wrong, especially in this situation where we want to find out if Des Moines has an aquarium.
Iowa, as a state, has one major dedicated public aquarium facility. The National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Dubuque?
Dubuque. I think you got it just right. Cheer Rockets that one foul.
West Des Moines has an aquarium, the Blue Zoo Aquarium. Okay. So the Blank Park Zoo, there's a zoo in Des Moines.
I think that's the thing. I think a lot of zoos in the Midwest, which there's some good zoos in the Midwest. I mean, I think the Omaha Zoo, from what I've seen, is fantastic. For many reasons, I need to get out to Omaha. That might be up there.
Yeah.
0-1. We'll check the runner at first. Yeah, we were talking about top 18 best aquariums thanks to U.S. News. Atlanta, that's the one that you hear the most about. Atlanta Aquarium is fantastic. We're getting some nods from around the booth. I mean, I think it's a known fact that they have an elite one.
That one in Atlanta, I know that one is top in the country.
Try to get him on the back foot. Lazul will advance to second. Will remain. So runner in scoring position now for Cheer. And Cheer, 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI triple. Yeah, Monterey 2, Alaska.
That would be a killer aquarium.
I mean, I think the beauty about Alaska is that you don't have to go to an aquarium to get the aquarium experience. You just go roaming around the wilderness on all the glaciers.
Yeah.
I think you see.
Go take a stroll outside.
Arguably, you see better stuff. I think that's a bucket list place, going to Alaska one day.
I have been to Alaska. I've been there.
Thoughts?
I mean, it was stunning.
Yeah.
The wildlife scene, the nature scene. Yeah, Alaska is a beautiful, beautiful state.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you head?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't
remember it? No, it's extremely valid.
I went on a cruise and it bounced around a couple different cities, so I don't exactly remember.
1-2 on Cheer. Opposite way, foul. Yeah, I think I've heard a thing that a lot of people do is go on those Alaskan cruises, and then just like that, they see the polar bears, they see the orcas, everything else is up there.
Juneau was definitely one of the cities, but we went to like 3 or 4, so I don't remember the other ones.
1-2 from Cheer. Inside. Sanchez tried to bring it back in, couldn't frame it up enough for the umpire. So it's deuces wild here in this bottom of the 5th. Maldonado will step off. And not usually a guy that pitches. And again, new to Santa Maria in general. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the leadoff man and Brody Cheer. That one low, we go full. Maldonado been taking his time on the mound. He's been taking a stroll. I mean, it's not a situation I'm sure he's used to. And again, we talked about it, the depth for Santa Maria. It's been not the best all season long and not the best today. Having to move around guys to get a new pitcher in. Cheer, crushed, out to right field, not far enough. Hard hit, but lined and out. We'll head to the top of the 6th.
We're just getting a little warm-up toss in. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Central Michigan, wow. What a lucky place to have you. God, I wish I could have you all the time. What do we have over here? Pitchers, boring. Screaming. Yeah, there you go. You guys need he can hear it from a mile away. He's got dog-like ears.
Easy smooth.
Easy smooth. 808 boys. Represent. Yeah.
Gotta get one.
Shout out, homies right here. Shout out homies right here, getting us right, making sure we're in the game every day, getting our uniforms right. Thank you so much. What are you looking at, Keon?
Easy smooth. Easy smooth.
Easy smooth.
Top of the 6th, Santa Maria down 1-9 still. All the Saints to no runs for the first time since the first last inning, and a new pitcher in the game for Arroyo Seco following Colin Caicedo is Griffin Rogers.
And the theme tonight for the Saints pitching staff has been heavy strikeout guys. Griffin Rogers might be one of the heaviest ones. 11 1/3 innings pitched through 8 appearances, 17 strikeouts.
Whew.
So he's a guy that now has to come into this game, fill up the zone, deliver his pitches, execute, and he'll do just fine. That's kind of been the theme of the night, is just throwing strikes. And these Indians hitters haven't had the best success so far tonight. I mean, we've only seen 2 hits so far throughout this game and 1 run that came back in the top of the first. So the mentality just has to stay the same for the entire Saints pitching staff.
Tyler Stansberry leading things off and going to Chase Barreto, then Victor Sanchez. That's who's up in the 5-6-7 for Santa Maria. Stansberry 1 for 2 with an RBI. Got to go against Griffin Rogers. Fastball slider guy. There's a slider. It's waning outside. It's 2-1. Originally from Park City, Utah. Goes to Occidental, which is just around the corner. And naturally growing up in Park City, what is there a lot of? Mountains and snow. Was an alpine ski racer back in high school. And I think that's one of the coolest things about, meeting people from the snowy place and everything like that. And us being from Los Angeles, alpine skiing is an option for a sport. But they're like, yeah, what do you play in high school? I was a skier.
Yeah.
I skied for my high school. I'm like, what? That's a thing?
No, that is electric. But at the same time, surfing is not a high school sport for many of these guys.
Is surfing a high school sport here? Griffin Rogers with the strikeout.
Certainly.
Yeah?
Coastal high schools, yeah, it absolutely is. It's an option at my local high schools.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Surfing's as much of a sport as anything. I know you would say you're a surfer?
I wouldn't say I know how to surf, but I wouldn't classify myself as a surfer.
Mm-hmm. Like, you go out there.
Yeah, but the few times that I've been, it's been fun.
Yeah. I think we're talking about it at one point, but I got to get out there. I feel like growing up semi-near the ocean, missed opportunity.
I personally like boogie boarding, I think, more than I do surfing.
See, boogie boarding I can get behind.
Yeah.
That's a fun time.
I mean, it's just easier. You don't have to stand up on the board. Like, you just kind of catch the wave and then just go.
It's more
'Cause you're already
casual,
on your
yeah.
stomach. Like,
You can just,
yeah, it's a good time.
Because you can just be going to the beach in general, just casually, and you just bring a boogie board. I feel like surfing's like, I'm going surfing.
Right.
Boogie
yeah.
boarding's like, I'm chilling. I have a boogie board.
I would agree with that.
1-1 from Rogers. That one in the zone for a strike. Again, we're just talking about the Santa Maria Indians team throughout the night, and the big thing has been the depth. They're an inexperienced team, and they have a long history. 60 years of being a really popular local program up in Santa Maria, which is near San Luis Obispo. There's a 1-2 from Rogers. Strike call. There's 2 outs. Back-to-back Ks for Rogers. But Santa Maria, staple in the community, and they've had guys that have played there like Ozzie Smith, Billy Bean, Torey Lavello. So a couple guys that are former Santa Maria Indians, but in 2008 had to fold due to financial struggles, a downturn in the economy, things like that. And then enter Jimmy Molina, who's the current head coach, former high school baseball and softball coach, and he really brought this team back about a couple years ago, and now they're fully built on these JUCO and high school guys that just want to come out and play ball, and they're hoping to get back into the upper echelon of CCL teams, because this is a team that late 70s, early 80s, they're going to Wichita for the National Baseball Congress World Series, which is where the Santa Barbara Foresters are right now. So they want to make this a real piece for the Santa Maria community. And, they just want to, get supporters to come out to games, looking to fix up their field, Elk Field, looking to hopefully host 400 people going to their games. I mean, Santa Maria, a really small local community, so definitely a place they want to really get to. But the outfield's chipped, the bullpen is worn, place that hasn't been utilized for about 10 years in really a great way in a park in Santa Maria. So maybe this Indians team can be something to really spark, baseball in the community. 1-2 from Rogers. Swung on, popped up to a right fielder. It's Evan Ryder. There's 1, 2, 3 from new pitcher Griffin Rogers. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Feeling all right. Going to the bottom of the sixth. Evan Ryder to lead things off after Brody Cheer lined out to end last inning. It'll be Sean Asperger, then Carson Panarisi. Score 1-9. Maldonado still on the bump for Santa Maria. First pitch to Ryder. Inside. Making his 9th consecutive start. And as you get to the back end of the season, a lot of guys start leaving programs, having to go home, also want to go home to see their families. So see a lot of dudes start piling on everyday games. Evan Ryder gets hit by a pitch. He'll reach. The Ryder on first. Sean Asperger with a single, got hit by a pitch and grounded out today. Up to bat now. Things have cooled down here at Jackie Robinson as we're nearing the sunset. Probably in the middle of the sunset. Unfortunately, don't get a view of it as it's right behind us in those mountains. (1-0) ready for Asperger. Long pause. And it's away. Advancing is Ryder. He'll stand on second. So Maldonado spiked that pitch. Asperger ready again. And Maldonado's been taking his time up there. I mean, most likely just got settled in, not used to pitching, but he's certainly been, checking all his bases. Asperger popped up. Catcher under it. Comes straight down. In the field, but no play was remotely made. It's a beautiful Friday evening. I believe this might be the most folks we've had come out to the ballpark this entire season, about 55. I think.
That's our official attendance?
No, I counted. I counted this time. I mean, I'm not
go.
going to try to guess it because that would be a mess. But in those 50s, Asperger fell back.
It's pretty good. Pretty good numbers out here at Jackie Robinson Memorial.
It is pretty good. And to be honest, I mean, it was scorching earlier today, about 90 degrees, 94, probably the hottest, afternoon we've had here in Pasadena, at least that we've been here, but beautiful night for some baseball now. Especially a lot of the Santa Maria families coming down to see their kids play in this game. Sean Asperger popped up, Chris Johnson calling for under it. Dropping. No one getting it. I was up there for a while, but Sanchez couldn't get the mask on in time, and Johnson couldn't get to it in time.
I mean, that's just one. Those kind of pop flies are one of the hardest plays to make in all of baseball because they just have so much spin. They get so high up in the air. The wind starts to affect it a little bit. There's different wind streams the higher you go up, and that ball with so much spin is corkscrewing, and it's an incredibly challenging play. But Asperger going to have a second life here.
Lights now on here at JRS. Maldonado set, looks back, delivers. Asperger swing and a miss. Gets caught reaching. First strikeout from Maldonado of his night.
Yeah, Maldonado takes him off of it, goes outside and gets the swing and a miss. And that's a really quality pitch from a guy who's not normally a pitcher. And in other news, quick update from down in Compton. Top of the sixth, tied ball game. 2-2 between the Riptide and the Barons. Again, Saints, big Riptide fans tonight. Need the Riptide to pull off the victory. With the Saints pulling off a victory here tonight, assuming the score remains relatively the same, will inch the Saints closer to a playoff spot.
Pass ball, goes to the backstop. Run 90 feet away, and Evan Ryder, Panarisi, seeing that one all the way back. And Carson Panarisi's probably the best day out of any Saint. Ground rule double that brought in an RBI and a 2-run shot that was scored at 106 off the bat to left.
Yeah, he's been seeing it really well and now going to get his first at-bat against a new pitcher. So we'll see how he handles with the arm change.
I think a big thing as well is Maldonado's playing the timing really well, taking his time, and it's really getting these Saints batters all mixed up. Panarisi reaches out to left field. That one back at the wall and staying in. Run scores and Ryder. Panarisi on his way to second. Stand-up double for Carson. He continues to shine. Now 3 for 4.
Yeah, and 3 for 3 with now 4 RBIs in his last 3 times up to the plate. 2 doubles and a home run. And that was just a pure swing there. Didn't necessarily even get all of it, but got enough of it. I mean, that was sort of a one-handed swing on an outer edge pitch that he was able to turn around and give a great shot out to left. That one hopped the wall. Panarisi, stay hot tonight.
Now up to Cannon King. In this 5-hole, hit by pitch twice, and then the only swing he's had was a line out sharply to the center fielder for the Indians. Panarisi adding another run onto his day. Heck of a job from him. I mean, hasn't played in quite a bit. Had some struggles in the second part of the season, but this is the day he's wanted just to kind of put a point on what's been this 2026 summer campaign for him. Hopefully we'll still have more to go for Carson. 1-0. King out to right. It drops. Most likely an error. I mixed up my words, but King, a single or an error. It is a single. Had to get, the chain of command to see what that was. But it is a single. Does drop. Corner infields now. 1 out for Owen Mangini. Maldonado having to deal with this traffic. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, Mangini, a guy with an RBI to his name already tonight, a run scored as well. He's contributed heavily and looks to contribute more.
Hells King's first hit of the night to get him on base. Mangini takes, it's upstairs.
Good pitch there, though, by Maldonado. Tries that elevated breaking ball, just can't quite get it to bend back into the zone enough.
Two-0, 1 out. Mangini crushed out to left field, but staying in. Run will score, however. Loud sack fly. Panarisi scores. It's 11-1. I mean, off the bat, the sound of it made you think it was way gone, but does stay in.
Yeah, really well struck ball that might have just had a little bit too much side spin. If it was purely backspun, would have got out of here in a hurry. But either way, job well done by Mangini.
93 off the bat for Mangini right there. Dylan Immel, 0 for 2 with a walk today. And has a runner on first to hopefully move along. Checks on the runner. Johnson takes a look at King diving down on the ground. We'll throw it back. Immel out to right. And it's snared and grabbed. That's Chase Barreto, former first baseman, now right fielder, gloving it. And that is the inning. When we turn for the 7th, it'll be Riley Horn to take you the rest of the way here on this Friday night.
We're into the home stretch here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field as Griffin Rogers remans the mound with a 10-run lead after a 2-spot in the last half inning from the Saints offense. It's Alex Ibarra, David Maldonado, and Caden McLeod are the 3 due up for this top of the 7th inning. Rogers coming in an inning ago, goes 3 up, 3 down with 2 strikeouts. This has been a really strong relief appearance so far from both relievers for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Colin Caicedo and Griffin Rogers combining for 3 full innings so far with a combined 5 strikeouts. One ball and 1 strike to Alex Ibarra. Line out and a strikeout so far today. Takes a hack and comes up empty. It's 1-2.
And Rogers not a guy that is up there in the velocity, but that fastball really pops out of the hand and it's sharp.
The 1-2 pitch is lined into left field and right at Panarisi, who takes about a step and a half in and makes the grab. So now it's David Maldonado, who's currently the pitcher of record. Just kidding. It's William Brandon, the pinch hitter for the Santa Maria Indians, to take the spot of David Maldonado, who started this game in right field and is currently the pitcher of record as of right now. So likely going to be the pinch hitter here and then stay in as the designated hitter, assuming David Maldonado comes back out to pitch another inning.
William Brandon, another one of those high school kids that Santa Maria has just graduated. So looking to get some early experience here with the Indians.
0-1 the count to William Brandon. Two and one now, the count to the pinch hitter. You mentioned the team history earlier in the broadcast, Dylan, of the Santa Maria Indians and how this team is starting to come back, get back in there. And, you know, I feel like, in my personal opinion, the smaller town teams are the more fun ones. In that, you know, you look at other CCL teams, you look at like San Luis Obispo and like Sonoma, where the nearest baseball that they have is with their local colleges, but in the summer, the nearest baseball or really professional sports are, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours away at minimum. And so you look at a team like Santa Maria, as drawing a walk is the pinch hitter William Brandon. He sprints down to first, thinking about second, but he retreats back. You know, you think of a team like Santa Maria, where right next to San Luis Obispo, you know, no really major colleges around. Besides, obviously, Cal Poly SLO, but, you know, in terms of the professional sports scene, there's nothing for hours. And you get an active summer ball team that could, you know, revitalize a community. I mean, those are the most fun places to go in summer.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree. I think there's such a good market, especially for something like baseball, where I feel like it's such a community-building sport. I mean, everyone kind of rallies around a baseball team. When we were up at Sinsheimer, at SLO, I know you experienced this probably last year. It is ridiculous the setup they have because, I mean, the things they do for their fans, the fans are all, you know, the locals that just want to come out and watch some baseball. And Cal Poly SLO in their own right, great program, by the way, but also just really local, you know, oriented, you know, really building a community over there. So I think there's really a market in Santa Maria, and we actually stayed there when we were up for the SLO series, drove into San Luis Obispo 30 minutes, so It's really you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, San Luis Obispo, just as a community, is just such a it's a medium-sized community, but it feels so tightly connected.
Yeah.
And it's just a community that's so friendly, and all credit to the Slow Blues. They put on an incredible show and fan experience for their fans up there at Sinsheimer, like you mentioned. I mean, it's something really special. And I know you didn't get to experience Sonoma. I did last year, and that's another place too, where that's a fun place to be just because of the community and the experience for the fans, as Caden McLeod gets hit by the pitch and is awarded first base.
Yeah. Roger falling a little bit of a rut here, walking a guy, then hitting a guy, but just needs to stay the course, put something in the middle of the zone. But yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about Sonoma, actually. I mean, through CCL social media as well. I mean, they really take their team seriously up there. And I mean, I experienced that at Slow. I think one of the things they did was, I think every run is free hot sauce, and they have their own San Luis Obispo Blues hot sauce. They have a mascot up there. It's really the full package.
Yeah, they changed that from last summer to this summer. Last summer it was when the Blues score, you score. I think they use that same motto.
Yeah, I think they do.
But last summer it was when the Blues would score, the rest of that half inning was like half off beers at the concession stands. So
no one's in their seats after that.
Oh, the Blues would score and the entire stands would get on their feet. Ground ball fair down the first base line. Nice play by Paul Lazul, reacting to a funky bounce there. Up to third base goes William Brandon. To second is Caden McLeod, and Jerem Damery down on the ground out.
And that's a play from Lazul. And I think something we've seen, I mean, of course he's playing first for a reason, but he's a pure first baseman. I mean, just how he moves, how he's gloved a lot of that stuff at first. I mean, showing the reactions right there, he's made for that spot, and clear why he plays it.
Ball lifted deep to right center, and it drops. Evan Ryder collects it up against the wall. 2-run score as a 2-out, 2 RBI double cuts the lead down a little bit. Chris Johnson coming up in a big moment and getting it done.
Chris Johnson, heck of a swing right there. Just uses all that power, pops it out to right. And I think what's so interesting about that, it swung so well, so hard, but it felt effortless from Johnson. I'm getting 2 of those runs back that he gave up.
11-3 ball game here in the top of the 7th inning, as here's Hayden Hall. And he takes a called strike, 1 at the knees. Hall been on base twice, but is hitless. Hit by pitch, walk, and a ground out. That double there by Chris Johnson is just the first hit given up by either Saints reliever so far tonight, as there's called strike 2. And that's the first hit for the Indians offense since the 2nd inning.
Yeah, they've been stifled, but they're finding a way to at least salvage something, get back into this one slightly.
3-pitch strikeout. Griffin Rogers responds up on the mound and gets Hayden Hall down swinging. 2 runs across for the Santa Maria Indians. It's an 11-3 ball game, as we'll stretch it out here in Pasadena.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since there's a morning you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me tell
Cam Andrews, Paul Azul, and Brody Cheer, the three due up as the legs have been stretched here in Pasadena. And new legs on to the mound. With a new arm comes Jonah Lopez.
Jonah Lopez, high school kid, going into his freshman year of college from Santa Maria, so a local guy near where the Indians play. Went to Kingsbury High School, registered as an infielder, but he hasn't played at all this year for the Indians. So this first action is a mound appearance.
Cam Andrews lifted to shallow center. He's a little upset about it. Went first pitch swinging, and it's a pop out to the shortstop, Damery. One pitch, one away. Still a little bit of ball game left in this one. Cam Andrews, after that pop out, the only guy on the Saints starting 9 offense to have not reached base tonight, but he's hit a couple of balls really well as Paul Azul pops up the first one in foul territory in front of the Saints dugout, and unable to haul it in was Hayden Hall.
And the Saints dugout just not going to move whatsoever. I mean, they didn't need to because it was within the field of play, and the third baseman for Santa Maria, Hayden Hall, could have had a play on that, but they're just standing there putting their arms straight up like they're trying to contest a shot in the NBA.
A 1 to Azul. Floater that sails all the way to the backstop. Interested to know what kind of pitch that was. We didn't have good judgment of it, being that it was way up above the zone.
I think he'd tell you that wasn't a pitch. That was one that just got out of the hand and go next.
Lone in, and now it's 2-1 to Lazul. In his Saints debut tonight is Lazul, 3 plate appearances, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Came around to score on his first one back in the second inning. Now the 2-1 is hit on the ground and off the glove of the first baseman, Chris Johnson. Going to be an error on the first baseman, Chris Johnson, and Paul Azul reaches.
Unfortunate for Johnson. Had that double in the last inning, but makes an error right there. So did not take that offense back onto the field with him defensively. But Lazul, first hit as a Saint. How about that? Rather was an error, actually. One of the ones that was hit hard, but will be ruled against Johnson, so not for Lazul. So he's still waiting for that first hit.
Up steps Brody Cheer for his 5th plate appearance here in the 7th inning. Lines one sharply to center. On it is Stansbury, and he puts it away for out number 2.
Stansbury has done the most action out of anyone in this entire game. I mean, before it was 5 flyouts all to him. I probably had about 3 more to that tally now, so about 8 putouts just straight to his glove. And he's made some solid running plays, but a couple that he just had to stand there, glove it, throw it back in.
First pitch just a little inside for Jonah Lopez against Evan Ryder. Lopez listed as an infielder 5'10", 160-pound right-hander from Santa Maria, playing for his hometown team. He deals the 1-0. It's hit well to left field, and Ybarra doesn't even move. A no-doubt blast for Evan Ryder.
102, 404. Unbelievable from Evan Ryder. I mean, that's fully, look at your masterpiece. Take a walk around. What a shot.
So the Saints give up a 2-spot in the top of the 7th and get him right back with the 2-run blast from Evan Ryder. No doubter. Alex Ybarra out in left field, turned around and watched it. Didn't even take a step. That one was an absolute missile. And it, once again, gives the Saints a double-digit cushion. It's 13-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, he did hit one of the classic, just turn around slowly and watch that one fly. I think the biggest thing about that, it's, yes, a mistake pitch, but Evan Ryder just showing off the speed. I mean, that was absolutely crushed.
3-0 now to Asperger. Both times Asperger's been on base, a hit by a pitch and a single has come around to score both times. Now takes a 4-pitch walk. He's aboard as a 2-out base runner.
Sean Asperger doing what he does best, taking a pitch, getting on base, leads the team and walks.
Here's Carson Panarisi. Takes called strike 1. 2 home runs on the night for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Just saw Evan Ryder's handful of pitches ago, and Carson Panarisi had the first one back in the 3rd inning. Both 2-run blasts out to left field, something that we haven't seen a whole lot of this summer. Skips behind Sanchez. Jogging up to second base is Asperger. He's now into scoring position.
Carson Panarisi, what a day he's had. 3 for 4, 2-run homer, ground rule double that brought in a run, and then an RBI double as well. I mean, he's been hitting all cylinders, finding his stride tonight.
Panarisi taps it foul, and it's 2-2. Fouled off into the screen. Count stays at 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second base.
Let's give it a quick update on that Orange County game. Riptide now up 3-2. Rio Montgomery hit a home run to give OC the lead. And now bottom of the 7th, Barons under the last 9 outs.
Full count now to Panarisi. Was that Montgomery bomb on the first pitch?
I believe so.
We know that guy loves to swing early. We saw it ourselves. Payoff. Down low, Panarisi aboard with a walk, and another wild pitch puts Asperger up to third base. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Now the Saints have him on the corners for Cannon King. Cannon King with the old school no batting glove look. Takes the first pitch down low.
Has he always been no batting gloves?
I don't know.
No, because now that you're mentioning it, I'm looking at it, and I swear I've seen those hands
I
clubbed.
feel like if he has always been, I would have noticed sooner.
Right?
So I don't know that he has always had that look.
He wants the blisters. He wants the splinters.
His right leg is taking a beating today. 2 hit by pitches, 1 off the knee, 1 off the shin. That ball spiked, but a good pick by Sanchez to keep the base runners where they are. 2-1 count to King. Came around to score on both those hit by pitches. The 2-1 is swung on and hit off of himself again. 2-2 after the foul ball.
I just want to update that Reed Montgomery homer was on the second pitch of the at-bat.
Okay, so
still early.
Still early.
Still aggressive, and that first pitch was a strike, so I'm pretty sure the foul ball as well. So, and he pimped it the whole way around.
2-2 is high and wide. The count goes full. 2 gone, so Carson Panarisi on first base going to have a head start. Sean Asperger on third. As here comes the payoff. It's outside, and it's 3 walks in a row to load the bases. Here comes Owen Mangini, who hasn't homered tonight, but homered a couple nights ago against the Orange County Riptide. Takes a big hack at the first offering.
Did have a hard swing out to left that scored the run to be the sac fly. About 93 off the bat, but with some backspin, that's gone.
0-1, it's hit high in the air to left field. Chasing after it, Ibarra, and he makes the grab for out number 3. Saints strand the bases loaded, but they tack on 2 more runs in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 13-3 ball game headed to the 8th. (13-3) in the top of the 8th inning. Arroyo Seco Saints looking to get 6 outs of the Santa Maria Indians offense and put this one away to potentially inch themselves closer to a CCL South playoff picture. Again, the update from Compton with the Orange County Riptide and the MLB Academy Barons. It's 3-2 Riptide in the bottom of the 7th. However, there's 2 on base for the Barons with just 1 out. So they are potentially knocking at the door to get themselves back into it. First pitch swinging. Here is Tyler Stansbury. He fouls it straight back into the mask of Cam Andrews.
I mean, you said the 2 guys on base, but again, having it up just so we can keep you very as close to live updated as we can. Everyone has left the field there, so I wonder if there's an umpire decision. I saw an attempt at a double play turn. OC couldn't turn it, and those led to having 2 guys on, but now in commercial. So we'll let you know what happens when we get back, but again, we're watching it so closely because it's make it or break it. I mean, the Saints can do everything they can, but the Barons have to lose all these 3 games no matter what.
3 more games in the season for the Saints and the Barons, including tonight. Both teams playing tonight and tomorrow, and then they'll play each other this upcoming Sunday. And in order for the Saints to clinch a playoff spot, they need to go 3-0, and the Barons need to go 0-3 on the weekend. Griffin Rogers still out on the mound for Arroyo Seco. He gets a swing and a miss of Tyler Stansbury. It's 2-2. 3 up, 3 down inning for Rogers, his first inning of work. Second inning, 2 runs across, but still has a 10-run lead after the 2 runs were taken back by the Saints offense last half inning. Swung on and missed, and that is strikeout now number 4 for Griffin Rogers.
I mean, you talked about strikeouts when we were introducing him, but with up to 21 now in his innings pitched this season. I mean, he's a guy that was a SCIAC first teamer and, one of the best pitchers in the SCIAC last year. So it's nice to see this kind of production out of him.
8 strikeouts tonight for the Saints pitching staff. As there's now 1 away for Chase Barreto. He takes first pitch high and wide.
An update on that Riptide Baron situation. It did seem like the outs were given. I think the Riptide got those last 2 outs they needed, maybe turned the double play, and they end up calling it toward the favor of the Riptide. So the Barons now to the top of the 8th. They're still down 3-2. Orange County looking to threaten again.
Two 2-0 to Chase Barreto. Started as the first baseman for the Indians tonight. Moved out to right field. Now it's 3-0. Again, the Santa Maria Indians, the CCL North affiliate team, one of 2 Indians and the Alameda Merchants. Called strike 1. Obviously, the Santa Maria Indians from Santa Maria. Every time I say it, there's one person that I think of immediately. Every time I say Santa Maria.
Who?
Take a guess.
Do I know this person?
You probably should. Santa Maria.
Oh, Vespersion?
Vasgersian.
Vespersion?
Matt
Yeah,
Vasgersian.
Matt Vespersion.
Every
Santa
time.
Maria!
Signature call for Matt Vasgersian.
I think the worst part is that I remember his Santa Maria for the David Bodie home run more than the Indians one. It was a Lindor home run, right? Yeah.
Lindor with a swing and a drive, yeah.
The David Bodie one. I watched a documentary on it. I don't know if you saw that one.
No.
Coming around, it's pretty electric to see David Bodie have his moment.
That was really fun watching him run around the bases.
Yeah,
like airplane mode.
Yeah, I mean,
that was cool.
It's a top moment for him.
Chase Barreto's walked. Here's Victor Sanchez. Yeah, that Lindor one, I believe, still holds the record for the loudest moment on a decibel scale in MLB history. And they didn't even take the lead. I mean, that cut the lead down to just 1. They still trailed 8-7 after that grand slam from Lindor. But
sure it does.
Cleveland was just rocking.
Yep, I think it still is. It's that one, and then Bautista's 2015 home run.
The bat flip. The
Bat flip.
infamous bat flip.
Those are the two top ones.
It's ironic, too, that Lindor homer back when the Cleveland Guardians were the Cleveland Indians. And these are the Santa Maria Indians.
It's all full circle.
Check back to first. Diving back safely is Beretta. 2-1 to Victor Sanchez. My favorite Santa Maria is the 2017 WBC Adam Jones home run robbery at Petco Park.
That got a Santa
Manny
Maria.
Machado, that did get a Santa Maria. Popped up in the middle of the field. Asperger can't see it, and it drops. Taking it is Dylan Immel. He'll get it on one hop and tag second base. So tough luck there for Chase Barreto. As we'll await the official decision there, whether it's a fielder's choice or would that be an unassisted flyout? I don't know how that one's ruled, but it's an interesting play to put Victor Sanchez aboard.
You'll have to see how it's scored. I mean, didn't know if infield fly rule is called. Obviously not, because Barreto's back in the dugout. So
there's no infield fly rule on that one, because infield fly is only in play less than 2 outs with runners on first and second. One of those very niche baseball rules.
Fielder's choice.
There you go.
So Sanchez does reach.
Fouled off by Alex Ibarra. 0 for 3 night so far tonight for Ibarra.
In all fairness on that pop-up, I mean, I'm really struggling with the lights beaming down in the field to find any baseball going up in the air, and that's a really difficult one. Pops really high up into the sky.
Yeah, that was a tough one. No doubt about it. Foul tipped into the glove of Andrews. It's 1-2 on Ibarra. One-two, swung on and missed. And that is strikeout number 5 for Griffin Rogers. Indians go scoreless in the top of the 8th as we head to the home half. Into the bottom of the 8th with a new arm on the mound for the Santa Maria Indians. Chase Barreto with a bit more of musical chairs going on with the Indians defense.
Yeah, Barreto started the day at first, then went to right, and now on the mound. Chris Johnson still at first, and I believe that's William Brandon, who came in to pinch hit a bit ago. He's in right.
Leading things off for the Arroyo Seco Saints is Dylan Immel, followed up by Cam Andrews and Paul Lazul. 1-0 on Immel. Now 1-1 after Barreto able to get into the strike zone there. The 1-1 pitch is fouled down the left field line. It's 1-2.
Barreto has interesting windup, kind of gets into that leg kick, really slow motion. As soon as he's ready to go, it's all quick. It's like a spring just releasing.
1-2 strikes on Dylan Immel. He's hitless tonight, but reached base with a walk his first time up. As Barreto deals the 1-2, and it's fouled off again. Immel will stay alive. We talked about Matt Vasgersian last half inning and his signature Santa Maria call. Unfortunately, his signature call, nothing to do with the actual place, Santa Maria.
You know why it's called, why he does it? I have no idea.
I do.
Oh, you do? Let's hear it.
I found that out the other day. It's not related to the city of Santa Maria here in California. It's actually related to, I believe, it was either a family friend or a relative of Matt Vasgersian's, as Immel once again stays alive. It was, I can't remember now if it was a family friend or a relative, but very Italian lady who used that expression, Santa Maria, as a filler in many different situations. Anything, I think he said anything from like dropping her purse, oh, Santa Maria. Or,
yeah.
you know,
That's a very Italian thing to do. It is.
Stubbing the toe, like using it as like a oh my gosh type thing,
Yeah.
Just filled a lot of different situations. And Vasgersian liked it and used it in his calls, and it stuck.
That's an awesome story, actually. I mean, everyday things, just interactions you can get your ideas and your inspiration from. That's what makes him so great, I guess.
Yeah, one of the greatest to ever do it, no doubt about that. Immel fighting a lot of pitches off to that left side. He's spoiling. Running up the pitch count early here of Chase Barreto. Barreto comes home, and Immel once again fouling off another pitch.
Yeah, long pause there from Barreto to get that pitch in. Taking his time, and I mean, when you're a position player that, I guess at this point in your career, coming out of high school, a lot of these guys are two-way in the sense that they have pitched before and they primarily hit, but they can pitch. I mean, just a way to get out here and kind of sharpen the knife, I guess.
The payoff again. Called, strike 3. Barreto wins the fight and gets Immel down looking.
It was a great pitch, just dotted on the inner part of the plate. 77, but it's the command that brought him there, and can't blame Immel for taking there. It was right there, borderline, but goes away with Barreto for that first down strikeout nonetheless.
Update here from Pasadena hasn't changed much. Still 13-3 as we're here in the bottom of the 8th. Likely the last set of at-bats for the Arroyo Seco Saints, assuming they can record 3 outs of the Santa Maria Indians in the top of the 9th without giving up at least 10. Update from Compton, still 3-2 ball game in favor of the Orange County Riptide in the bottom of the 8th inning. as Cam Andrews gets jammed to the right side of the infield, and it's caught by Caden McLeod for out number 2.
Cam Andrews, the only guy for the Saints today that hasn't reached, really has struggled on this Friday night. That's been all Arroyo Seco Saints, so Cam definitely won't be his last game for the Saints. Probably have to start tomorrow or Sunday or both or one of the two, so he'll have a lot to look forward to.
Now Paul Lazul, who's been making his Saints debut tonight. 4 plate appearances on the night and has yet to record his first hit as an Arroyo Seco Saint as he flips this one on the left side of the infield, and it's hauled in by Damery for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Arroyo Seco Saints chasing to get 3 outs defensively to put away the Santa Maria Indians as we head to the final frame.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since there's a morning, I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well.
Final frame here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Saints ahead by 10, looking for 3 outs defensively to put away the Santa Maria Indians and potentially inch themselves closer to that CCL South playoff picture. It's William Brandon, Caden McLeod, and Jerem Damery, the 3 due up for the Santa Maria Indians in this final frame against the new arm in Joey Parrish.
Joey Parrish, 3 innings pitched on the season for the Saints, 15 ERA, 3 whips, 6 strikeouts. And it's really all because of his first outing, the 22-2 loss versus Santa Barbara. 1 2/3, 2 hits, 5 runs, 3 strikeouts. And the thing about Joey Parrish, he is a big strikeout guy with that fastball and slider he uses so well. Fastball, it's pretty hard, about 94, 93. I mean, it lives around that area.
Yeah, he's got that way over the top delivery and just pulls down and rips through. Had an appearance in another Saints blowout game. That was the 14-0 one against the San Diego Bombers. Came in for the 9th inning, went 3 up, 3 down with 3 Ks. Here falls behind 2-0 to William Brandon, who checked in the 7th inning as a pinch hitter and now, as of record, is in right field. In his one and only plate appearance so far tonight, walked and came around to score.
And the problem for Joey Parrish in that game where he gave those 5 runs was 5 walks. So got those strikeouts, yes, but it's just finding the zone for Parrish that has been an issue so far. Again, only 3 appearances, this one being his 4th. Trying to put himself in a good position for this upcoming fall and spring.
2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon. Gets a called strike 2 and scoots Brandon out of the way. Yeah, that's going to be his key today for Parrish, or through these last 3 outs, is just fill the zone. It's the same thing that all the Saints pitchers have had to do tonight. It's worked out pretty well for them so far. Just 3 runs given up to the CCL affiliate Indians. Swung on and missed. Parrish fills the zone there and gets strikeout number 1.
Again, when Joey Parrish is at his best, he's darting at past you at, pretty high speeds, and it's too much to handle. That's the story right there for William Brandon.
Up to the top of the Indians order, Caden McLeod against Joey Parrish. Ball 1 just below the knees to McLeod. Parrish, the 4th arm of the day for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Game was started by Sam Rickman. Gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits through 3 innings. And Colin Caicedo came in and threw 2 shutout innings, no runs or hits allowed. After him was Griffin Rogers, who went 3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs on just 1 hit, with 5 strikeouts and just 2 walks. And now Joey Parrish for the 9th. Already 1 up, 1 down with a strikeout. The 2-0 to McLeod is a called strike at the knees.
Something about his delivery. You talked about the over top. It's just so satisfying to see him go fully over the top and just pull down a fastball. And, he sits 90 to 94. Today it's in the 91 range, so still pretty hard, of course. But, I think it just looks more vigorous because of how he does it.
2-1 is by the back knee of McLeod, and he gets out of the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Barons and Riptide in the top of the 9th. 3-2 still the score. Riptide in front for now. Barons going to look to try and hold them to just those 3 runs and then go walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. As this one's chopped to Mangini, who fires across, and unable to handle the hop is Lazul. Up to second base goes McLeod, and he's aboard in scoring position with 1 away for the Indians.
And that's just a rough throw from Mangini. Doesn't give Lazul the best chance to get in. For a second there, I thought he made a miraculous pick, but gets behind him. Now McLeod at second, and he's been one of the bright spots for this Indians team today. Has gone on base 4 times, 2 singles, and then walked and hit by pitch. So he's been pretty solid.
That's why you put a guy like that in your leadoff spot to set the tone for the rest of the offense. As here's Jerem Damery. Big swing and a miss on the first offering. Jerem Damery with a walk and a run scored in the first. 0 for 3 since then. Parrish delivers, and it's weakly on the ground to Asperger at short, who makes the play. Up to third base goes McLeod, but there's 2 away for Arroyo Seco.
Clean and smooth for Asperger, who hasn't seen much action at short tonight. For having his first start of the season at the position, maybe wanted a little bit more for practice, but makes a solid play, flicks it over to first, and 1 more out to put a seal on this one.
13-3 ball game with 2 away in the top of the 9th inning. Here's Chris Johnson. Takes a massive hack. 0-1 to Johnson, who doubled his last time up. Scored 2 runs along with it in the form of William Brandon and Caden McLeod for runs number 2 and 3 for the Indians. Now looking for run number 4 with once again Caden McLeod just 90 feet away. But it's 0-2 Now the Indians are down to their final strike. Pair set. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Joey Parrish puts the nail in the Indians' coffin. And the Saints take a 13-3 victory here in Pasadena. We've seen a couple of dominant wins from Arroyo Seco. This one definitely up there as well.
Yeah, it's a great win. Everything clicked, and I mean, there's a little bit of worry in that first inning when Rickman had those bases loaded, but he got out of that situation, and from there, smooth sailing for the Arroyo Seco Saints. The offense was great. How about 2 bombs from Evan Ryder and Carson Panarisi? And speaking about Panarisi, I mean, he had a heck of a day, a walk, and then went 3 for 4 besides that, a 2-run homer and 2 doubles that both brought in runs. So overall, a great way to have your last Friday night here in Pasadena. And of course, the job is nowhere near finished, and we talked about it. Riptide Barons still ongoing, and you'll have to check on them, those social media platforms and on the CCL website. But as of right now, the Saints are still in the hunt and have a game tomorrow and Sunday to continue that scavenge.
The July Magic is still alive and well for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and the playoff picture is still in reach. That'll do it for our coverage here in Pasadena. A 13-3 victory, Arroyo Seco Saints over the Santa Maria Indians for the final Friday Night Lights matchup here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, and a great way to kick off the final 3-game weekend for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Saints will be in action tomorrow down in Irvine at the Great Park, set for a 1 o'clock first pitch, and the Barons and the Saints will be here on Sunday. Be sure to tune in tomorrow here on the Saints Streaming Network at 1 o'clock for the Saints and the Riptide action down in Irvine. For tonight, on behalf of our broadcast producer Luke Saruma and my partner Dylan DeCesare, I'm Riley Horn signing off. Thank you for tuning into the Saints Streaming Network, and have a great remainder of your evening.